welcome back to my channel. I hope you guys are doing well today. For today's video, I am coming back at you guys again with another hairstyle video because I feel like I haven't done one in a while. Today's hair video is all about back to school hairstyles because I know a lot of you guys watching this are probably going back to school now as it is September. So I thought, why not give you guys 10 different ideas for different hairstyles that you can do for back to school, and I'm so excited to show you guys these. If you guys are brand new here and you guys haven't subscribed already, hi, I'm Roxy, welcome to my channel. If you guys want to stick around, make sure you guys subscribe down below. But I guess without further ado, I'm going to show you guys how to achieve these 10 different easy heatless hairstyles for back to school. So let's get on into the video. By the way guys, the hair I'm starting off with is slightly curly because I did curl this with some socks. I didn't actually use any heat on it. I curled it with socks. If you guys haven't seen that TikTok where this girl curls her hair with a sock, that's what I did and it worked pretty well. So even though my hair has a slight curl to it in today's video, that doesn't mean that you have to use heat on your hair at all. You can do all of these different hairstyles on any texture of hair that you naturally have. Okay, so this very first hairstyle is one that really reminds me of Belle from Beauty and the Beast. I just love how it gets all of the hair out of your face, but it looks really, really gorgeous on the back of the hair. So the first thing you want to do is you want to separate your hair into 3 sections. I'm going to take a small section of hair from either side of my head and put it to the side. And then the back portion should be the biggest section of hair, which we're going to tie up into a little ponytail. Once you have your low ponytail, what you want to do is you want to put your finger straight through above the hair tie to kind of create this little loop, as you guys can see. And I'm actually going to take the whole ponytail and flip it on itself through that little loop. As you guys can see, this is the effect that it creates. It just creates a little bit of something right there so the ponytail isn't so bare. Now I'm going to focus on these chunks of hair right here. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to braid them with a regular braid and then braid them all the way back, and we're going to place them right here. So firstly, I'm going to take this section and I'm going to separate it into 3 chunks, the bottom, the middle, and the top. And I'm just going to simply start braiding this with a regular braid all the way to the back of the head. Now once I get to about this stage, I'm just going to tie that off with a clear elastic hair tie to secure it into place. And I'm now just going to repeat the same thing to the other side. So once I have both of my braids, I'm now just going to take them to the back of the head and actually poke them through this hole right here that we created earlier. I'm going to do the first braid first, and then I'm going to go ahead and pop the second one through as well. So this is the kind of effect that it creates. I am just obsessed with this hairstyle. Now lastly, to finish off this hairstyle, I'm just going to take one more elastic tie and basically just tie all of this together and let loose of the rest of the braids that we have kind of just braided underneath, as you guys can see right here. So I'm just going to remove those hair ties and unbraid the rest of the ponytail. And this is the finished hairstyle. Okay, the next hairstyle is this adorable little bow on the back of the hair. It looks like it might be a little bit tricky, but trust me, once you practice and you nail it down, it is actually so simple to do. So the first thing you want to do is you want to section off the top part of your head and then tie it into a ponytail at the back of the head. Now the next step you want to do is take a small portion of the ponytail that we've just created, just the top tiny half. And once you have that, you want to secure it into place into another little ponytail a few centimeters below the first hair tie. As you can see, it is super simple so far. Now the next step you want to do is you want to take that little section that we have just created, you want to split it into 2 halves, and you want to flip it on itself just like we have done with the previous hairstyle. As you can see, it has just created a little twist on both sides of this strand. Now the next step is very vital. What you want to do is you actually want to take the big ponytail and you want to pop it through the loop that we have just created, just like this. And now all there is left to do is just take this hair tie and move it towards the top hair tie, and as you can see, it has created this adorable little bow. You can make this little bow as big or as small as you like, but what you want to do is you want to take some hair grips and then just grip that into place. And this is the finished hairstyle. As you guys can see, it looks super neat. I used to actually do this hairstyle with a different technique and it never looked quite as good, so I'm so happy I found this technique instead. Okay, so this next hairstyle is a really cute half up, half down do. I love the way it looks from the back of the head, and it is super simple to achieve, so let's do this. So again, the first thing you want to do is you want to section off the top half of your hair, and then you want to secure it with an elastic tie with the color of the hair tie that matches your hair. The next thing you want to do is you want to take another hair tie that matches your hair color, and I'm just going to secure that a few centimeters below the first hair tie. Once I've done that, what I'm gonna do then is I'm just going to pull this apart into a little bobble. Look how cute that looks already. Now we're gonna move on to the next section, which is basically the same step. I'm gonna tie a hair tie a few centimeters lower down. And again, once that section is secure, we can now pull this apart into a little ball, just like the first one. Now, depending on your hair length, you can probably get away with doing more of these balls, but because I've done mine quite large, I'm actually just only gonna do 3. Whatever your hair length allows, just do that. So lastly, I'm just gonna take that ponytail to the side as I can no longer reach the back. And I'm just gonna do the last step and then secure it into place like always. And then lastly, again, just pull that apart into a little ball. And this is the finished hairstyle. I feel like it gives me such K-pop vibes. I am living for it, and I just think it's really adorable and easy to do. Now this next one is another half up do, half down do. It's super simple. There's actually no braiding involved on this one, but it is super simple to do. So the first thing you want to do is you want to section off a portion of hair right from the middle top of your head. Don't take any of the hair off the sides because that's going to come in later. So once you have that section all sorted, make sure you tie it into place with a hair tie of the same color as your hair. Once that's tied, what you want to do is make another loop and then flip the ponytail over the loop. The next step is to take 2 sections of hair from the sides and then tie them together at the back. Now once you've done that, you want to take this section of hair and then you want to loop it through that first chunk right here. You can even accessorize this if you like. You can clip something really nice right here, which I think I'm gonna do with this little moon clip that I have. Like I said, this hairstyle was so simple, and I think the accessory definitely switches it up a lot. Now the next one is a really interesting way to do a low ponytail. It involves 2 braids on the sides and it just kind of crosses over, making this really cool effect at the bottom. So the first thing you want to do is you want to grab a section of hair from the front of your face and then start braiding it all the way down. Now once you've finished braiding it, make sure you secure it into place with a clear elastic tie. So once you've done one, it is now time to move on to the other side and do exactly the same. Once you finish braiding them, if your braids look a tiny bit thin like mine do, what you want to do is you just want to spread them and pull them apart just to give them a bit more volume and make them look a little bit thicker. If you don't do this to your braids already, you definitely should try it because it makes such a big difference to your braids. As you guys can see, this braid looks so much thicker than this one. The next step is to then take both of these braids and then tie them together right at the bottom right here. If they look like they're near enough in the center, you then just want to get them out of the way and then flip them over your head like this. Collect your hair into a low ponytail and then bring those 2 braids back down. You want to twist them like this and then loop your ponytail through the twist like so. If you like to have your ponytail quite low, you can just keep it as low as this, but if you want it to be a bit higher, what you want to do is you want to take the braids underneath and then just secure them a little bit higher towards the nape of your neck. And this is the finished hairstyle. This next hairstyle is actually inspired by one that Ariana Grande has recently worn, I'm pretty sure. Here is the photo on screen so you guys can see what I'm talking about. The first thing you want to do is you want to actually section off a tiny bit of hair, framing your face kind of off to the side. This is something that Ariana Grande does all the time, so I'm just gonna take my comb and I'm just gonna section off this little section right here. And instead of a middle parting, which is what I previously had, I'm now gonna create a side parting. Now that I have my side parting, I'm just gonna take my comb once again and section off a little bit of hair to kind of keep out of the ponytail. This is gonna be just a section to frame my face. And once I have that section out of the way, I'm just gonna collect all of the rest of my hair into a high ponytail. So now that I have all of my hair nicely scraped up and out of the way, I'm just gonna use a thicker hair tie to secure that right at the top of my head into a high ponytail. Now once we have something like this is just a hairstyle all in itself that I absolutely love to create, but we're gonna take it one step further and we're actually gonna go ahead and take another hair tie and we're gonna secure that a little bit underneath the first one. And what we're gonna do now is just pull this apart into a little ball, just like we've done with the previous hairstyle that we've done, the sort of like ball effect. So that is the first ball. We're now gonna take another hair tie and then just secure it once again a little bit lower underneath the second hair tie. And then once again, we're gonna spread that apart into a little cute ball. I just love how this looks. We're then just gonna repeat the same step and then pull it apart once again. You can make the balls the same size or you can make them even smaller as you go towards the bottom. I have decided I'm not gonna leave it there. I'm gonna make one more ball. This one is gonna be slightly smaller as we're getting to the end of my hair. So that is the finished pom-pom ponytail. I love this so much. Now you can focus on this part of your hair next. I mean, you could either leave it like this if your hair is slightly shorter than mine. Mine is kind of long, so I think I'm just gonna tuck it behind my ear like this, and I'm just gonna secure that into place with a little bobby pin right behind my head. And this is the finished Ariana Grande pom-pom ponytail. I love how this looks. Okay, the next hairstyle is a faux bob. Now, I know that bobs have recently been really on trend, and if you have long hair or even medium hair, it's probably quite tempting to sometimes just chop it all off and try something new. But if you're worried that you might not suit it, you can try and do a faux bob just to see how you would feel with shorter hair. So to do a faux bob, what you want to do is you want to take all of your hair to the back of your head. You then just want to secure this into a low ponytail at the back of your head with a hair tie that matches the color of your hair. Once you have something that looks like this, you then just want to take the rest of your hair and then braid it into a really tight braid. This is just so that the hair is nice and tight and all together once you tuck it underneath. Now, once you have this sort of situation, what you want to do is you want to take the braid and you kind of want to just scrunch it up as small as you possibly can. And then you want to tuck it in underneath like so. Now, once you have the braid tucked underneath your hair, you then want to take some bobby pins and actually just pin this into place. You want to get right underneath the hair and try and pin this to your head as flat as possible. And now once you have it all pinned and secured into place, this is what the bob should look like. Now this next hairstyle is how to achieve faux twin braids. Now if you're not very good at braiding your own hair, especially when it comes to like the back where you can't really see, this is the hairstyle for you. So the first step I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take a chunk of hair right by my face and I'm just going to secure that into a little ponytail. Once I've done that, the next step is to take another section of hair right by my face, but also another section from the back. What you then want to do is just basically meet those two sections in the middle and then secure them once again. The next step is, you've guessed it, doing the same thing. So I'm taking another chunk of hair right by my ear this time, and I'm taking another big section from the back, and I'm just going to merge them together and tie them into place. You then just want to keep repeating that step until there is no more hair to be added on this side. So once you get to this stage where there is no more hair to be added, you then just want to start taking the bottom part of the ponytail and then joining them back on to each other over the other ponytail. I'm now going to repeat the same step with the bottom ponytail and then do exactly the same and secure them over the ponytail. And this is how you achieve a fake braid with literally no skills needed. You don't even need to know how to braid to be able to achieve this. So now that this side is done, I'm going to move on to this side and do exactly the same. Once you're done, you then just want to pull apart your faux braid to make it a little bit more volumized and make it look a little bit more like a braid. And that is the finished faux braid hairstyle. I just love how this turned out. It was so easy and simple to do. You literally don't need any kind of skills to do this, like I said. In general, I just think it looks really cute. It's really easy to do, and it's a nice way to get your hair out of your face. Okay, so this next hairstyle, it's very, very easy to recreate. So here is how you do it. So the first thing you want to do is you want to separate your hair into a very loose middle parting like this. No need to section it off because you're not really going to see your part anyway. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the first side, I'm going to tie it into a very, very loose ponytail, and on the last tie, I'm actually going to create a little loop like this. I'm then going to take the second section and I'm going to do exactly the same thing. I'm going to tie it up, and then on the very last tie, I'm going to create a little loop bun like this. So now that you have your two little loop buns, what you want to do is you want to take one of them and actually use it to loop over the other one like so. Once you have it looped over like this, you actually want to take a bobby pin and secure that into place. You then want to take the other loop and also pin it into place on the other side like this. We then have the ends of our ponytail, which we're also going to use as part of the hairstyle. So what we're going to do is we're going to kind of fold it over and inside this part right here. And once you've sort of pinned everything into place, this is how the hairstyle should look. It's a very loose down do. It's very messy, very unique, and you can also accessorize this one as well, which I think would definitely help. So I'm just again going to add my little moon accessory to this hairstyle, and this is what it looks like. Alright, and now for the very last hairstyle, we're going to be creating a really nice top knot bun. It's a little bit messy, but I'm going to be using a new technique that I've personally never tried before. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take all of my hair and scrape it up to the top of my head. If you find this difficult to do, you can always just flip your head over like this and just let gravity do its thing and help you out. And then you just want to collect all your hair at the top of your head and then tie it with a scrunchie. Now the reason why I used a scrunchie instead of a hair tie is to naturally give me that volume that I need for my bun. So then instead of just wrapping it around as you usually would, what I'm going to do is I'm going to separate the hair into two sections, and I'm going to kind of layer it over like this. And then I'm just going to take a hair tie and kind of just go over this like that. As you can see, that's already created like the perfect little bun. And then what we're going to do is we're going to take these sections of hair and then just wrap it around. I'm going to take this section and I'm going to go the other direction. And oh my god, that has literally created the perfect bun. Okay, that technique is amazing. What the hell? Look how nice that bun looks. I'm then just gonna take some hair gel and just basically smooth out all of my baby hairs around the front to make it really nice and sleek. Now lastly, to complete the hairstyle, I'm just gonna pull a few chunks of hair right by my ear to frame the face a tiny bit. And this is the finished hairstyle. Alright guys, so that is it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed seeing these 10 different heatless hairstyles. I hope you guys can get some inspiration and actually try these for yourself. Let me know in the comments which one of these was your favorite. I honestly loved all of them. Like, I genuinely loved all of them, that I would probably wear these to school if I actually still went to school. However, if these weren't for you and you would like to try some other ones, I have plenty of other hairstyle videos on my channel, so I will link a whole playlist in the eye as well as the description. Thank you guys so much for being here. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you smash that huge thumbs up down below. Be sure to subscribe, come and join the dinosaur family. Thank you so much for watching, and hopefully I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye! Mwah.